Hey y'all. Hey. It is Vlogsmas day 9. Today's the 9th. And so, okay. Alright, so today's day 9, right? It's the 9th. I went this morning to take my Air Force Officer's Qualification test. Y'all. Either you know it or you don't know it. It's one of those kinds of tests. And I'm really bad at math. So that whole section, the whole arithmetic section for me was all guessing. Like literally just bubbles. I don't even know. I have no clue. The bad thing about that is that in order to get into a non-rated AFSC, you have to make a minimum score for the arithmetic portions and for all of the English portions. So the reading comprehension, the word knowledge, and there's some other portion that you have to have minimum scores in. My hope is that somebody was dumber during this go around of tests than I was. That's my prayer, is that somebody in there was stupider than me, because I didn't know anything on those damn sections. On the math section, I was like, okay, this is a little familiar. I made more educated guesses, but nonetheless, they were all guesses because I didn't have time to work anything out. You're talking about sections where you get less than a minute per question, and this is a complex mathematic question or equation. This is not A plus B equals what? You know what I'm saying? This is not X plus wooty woo equals wooty woo. This is factor out 5x to the third power plus 2x plus x to the fifth power plus 15. Like, and then factoring it all out. And you don't have a lot of time. You have less than a minute to factor all that out. So you have to, essentially you have to guess. You're not gonna have time to work out a bunch of questions. Now, your strategy, if you were good at math, would be to find the questions that you know how to do for sure and do those ones and then guess on the rest, because you don't get docked points for guessing. So what you don't want to do is leave a blank slot. What you do want to do is at least fill out every single bubble on the test. What that's going to do is that's going to allow them to see how many you got right and then rank you against how many other people got right, if that makes sense. So I did some meditations. I spoke to God, I spoke to the universe, all deities, before I went up in there. And I'm really hoping that I made the cut, that somehow I just did what I had to do. Now the word knowledge, the other part, I forgot what it's called, but it's where you basically compare words. So cat is to dog as the mouse is to whatever, right? So that section and the word knowledge, so what do words mean? So charm is closest to charisma or something like that, but it has options, obviously multiple choice. That section was actually not hard for me at all. Actually, I feel like I knew just about every damn word on there. There are maybe like 2 or 3 words I didn't know. But what that means for me is that either I got a really easy test or everybody's going to score well on that section. You know what I'm saying? Which means that it's going to be a very competitive section. So that means that you had to be very, it means that you wanted to be as correct as you could be. So basically, because you're not docked for guessing, as long as you got, say, all of those that you did know for sure, if you got all of them right, then you'd be ranked in the top 100%. And then you'd be ranked against people who did more questions than you. So for those sections, for those 3 sections, I actually made it to the end, and I was able to, if I didn't have time to actually pick the right answer, I was able to at least do an educated guess on those parts of the test. But on the math part, I worked out 5 questions, and I don't mean work them out like I got the answer. I started working on the first 5 questions, and I was like, okay, I gotta skip, I gotta guess and skip. on the first 5 questions. This man said 5 minutes left. There were like 30 questions in that section. So I had to just bubble it all in. By the time I got to the bottom of the bubbling, I went to the back and I was like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. Here's my strategy, right? I'm gonna start and I'm gonna flip through and find the ones that I think I might know how to work out, or at least make an educated guess on. And that's basically what I did. And if I felt like I should change the answer, I would change the answer. But if I was dead not fucking sure, then I just went ahead and left my guess, my random guess on there. The other parts of the test were not really counted against me because, like I said, I don't want any rated positions. But they weren't hard at all either. It was more so either you knew it or you didn't. So science, either you know about like the biggest part of an atom or the smallest part, or you don't know, or you know the biggest part of a molecule, or you just don't know. And it's all stuff that you should be familiar with, but it's from like 9th grade. like you're gonna have to go back to try to remember. So it isn't that bad, but it's kind of bad. And then again, with the time constraints, you had to be strategic. So my whole strategy, and this is not the strategy I came up with last night. This strategy I came up with in the testing center sitting at my desk was, okay, once this man gives you the 5 minute or the 2 minute, because he did either or. So once they give you the time stamp, flip to the back, starting from the bottom of the questions that you don't have filled out, randomly fill them out, and then go back and try to make the best educated guess that you can with the time that you have, if that makes sense. So basically that's what I did. Was once I saw that, I didn't have enough time to try and work anything out, I just filled in some random bubbles, and then if I had extra time at the end of filling out my random bubbles, I went back and tried to make the best educated guess that I could make, because I wasn't going to be able to actually try to solve anything with 2 minutes left and like 5 questions, you know what I'm saying, to make a guess on. So that's how that went. Hopefully everything went well and I made at least the minimums, because there's only like 2 minimums for non-rated positions. You only have to do the like the language portion and the math portion. They're called something else, but I can't remember right now. It's in my car. Anyway, and there's minimum scores. So you don't want to be in the bottom 10 or 15 for those. Which part of me is like, okay, that's not that hard to do. But then part of me is like, okay, but like what if everybody's smart and there's a competition? I mean, there's a chance that I could get knocked down, but hopefully not. So that's not what, we on the hopefully not part of the spectrum here. So I'm done with the test. It's over. I'm gonna find me something to eat because I got home not too long ago. But y'all, look what these people did. Dale wanted some car parts for Christmas, and I didn't really know what the car part was. Tell me why these folks sent it in this gigantic ass box. And he didn't put that many things on the list that were that big. So like he know what it is. Like, I don't understand. Anyway, I think I might just have him go ahead and take that out, because I'm not gonna wrap it. That's stupid. We don't even have space in the tree section to put it. So I think I'm just gonna let the man just go ahead. He already saw it because he brought it in the house because it came while I was testing. So whatever. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and just let him open it, because I don't even care. But anyway, I checked the mail. Some other Christmas thing just came in, so I'm gonna go ahead wrap that. I think I have like 2 gifts of Michaela's that I need to wrap, and then I'm just gonna eat some food, and by the time I'm done with all that, it's gonna be time for me to go pick up the children. So that's how Vlogmas is going so far. Vlogmas Day 9, I should say, specifically, is going so far. The good thing is that it's a weight off my shoulders, right? I already did it. I'm praying I pass, and if I passed, then that's just less that I have to worry about, you know what I'm saying, as far as like what my next goal is, what my next step is, as far as my active duty career goes. So that's that on that. And then yeah, it's the anxiety is gone now. Like, I don't feel anxious anymore. I obviously feel anxious because I need my results, and the results don't come out for about a week. So they say like give them 10 days, but I think it might come in a little earlier than that. And what's it called? The center where they do all the calculations and stuff is actually in this city. It's like 45 minutes away. So they should get it soon, which means that I should hopefully get the results sooner. But we shall see. They're gonna send it up to the other base, and they're gonna score it. Anyways, I'll probably catch up with y'all later. I'm not really sure. I gotta find something to eat right now first. It's probably just gonna be a bunch of junk that I eat. Probably some chips or something. I don't know. And then, yeah, I'll talk to y'all.